Hello, everyone, and welcome to Practice English TV. I'm Mark, and we're really happy you're here with us today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emma. Thanks for joining us, wherever you're listening from.
Today's episode is about something simple, but also very important in our everyday lives, discovering what truly makes us happy.
Yeah, and not the big things that people usually talk about. We're going to explore the small moments that can bring us happiness every single day.
We'll share useful phrases, simple expressions, and real-life examples that will help you talk naturally about happiness in English.
So if you've ever thought, maybe I'm too busy to notice the good things around me, this episode is definitely for you.
And if you enjoy learning English with us, don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with another English learner.
Thank you so much for being here today. Let's begin and discover the simple things that truly make us happy together.
I was thinking about this the other day. Have you noticed that a lot of people are always waiting for a big moment before they allow themselves to feel happy?
Yeah, I see that all the time. People often say things like, I'll be happy when I have more money, or I'll be happy when my life becomes easier.
Exactly. And honestly, I've said those things before too.
Me too. I think many of us do that without even realizing it.
The strange thing is that while we're waiting for those big moments, we sometimes miss dozens of small happy moments every single day.
I agree. It's almost like we're training our brains to ignore the simple things around us.
And maybe that's one reason people sometimes feel unhappy even when their lives are actually going pretty well.
Yeah, they keep moving the finish line farther away.
That's a good way to say it.
Instead of saying, today was a good day, they immediately think about the next thing they need to do.
I know that feeling. You finish one task, and before you can enjoy it, you're already thinking about another one.
Exactly. Then suddenly an entire week passes and you can't even remember one happy moment.
Here's a small situation that happens to a lot of people.
You wake up, drink your coffee, answer messages, work, eat dinner, and then go to sleep.
Nothing bad happened, but somehow the day feels empty.
And maybe it's because we never stopped to notice the good moments.
Like that first sip of coffee in the morning.
Or opening a window and feeling a cool breeze.
Or hearing your favorite song unexpectedly.
Those moments are small, but they're real.
I think another reason this happens is because social media makes us compare our lives to other people.
That's true. We see someone traveling to another country, buying something expensive, or doing something exciting.
Then we start thinking our own lives are boring.
But real happiness usually doesn't happen like a movie scene every day.
No, it doesn't.
Sometimes happiness is just sitting quietly for 10 minutes without being in a hurry.
Or eating a meal when you're really hungry.
Or finishing something that you've been avoiding for a long time.
Honestly, crossing one small thing off my to-do list can make me feel surprisingly happy.
Same here. Sometimes I'll clean my desk and suddenly I feel like I have my life together.
That's funny how such a small thing can change your mood.
I know, and maybe that's the lesson we're discovering today.
We don't always need extraordinary moments.
Sometimes ordinary moments are already enough.
Maybe happiness isn't something we have to chase all the time.
Maybe it's something we simply need to notice.
And once we start paying attention, we may realize there are already many good things around us.
Exactly. They were there the whole time. We were just too busy to see them.
Let's keep exploring this because I think a lot of people will recognize themselves in these situations. You know what's interesting? I don't think people are unhappy because they don't have enough good moments. I think they're unhappy because they don't recognize those moments when they happen.
I agree. Sometimes we're so focused on what we don't have that we completely overlook what we already have.
Yeah, it's almost like our brains are always searching for the next big thing.
And when we finally reach that big thing, we only enjoy it for a short time before we start chasing something else.
I think many people can relate to that.
Definitely. I remember thinking, when I finish this busy week, I'll finally relax and be happy.
And then another busy week arrived.
Exactly. It became a cycle without an ending.
I had a similar experience. A few months ago, I kept telling myself that I would be happier when I had more free time.
That sounds familiar.
But one day, I stopped for a second and thought, wait a minute, I'm already having some good moments every day.
What made you realize that?
Honestly, it was something very small. I was sitting near a window early in the morning with a cup of coffee.
That sounds peaceful.
It was. The room was quiet and the sunlight was coming in. Nothing exciting was happening, but I suddenly felt very calm.
I love moments like that because they don't ask anything from you.
Exactly. There was no pressure and no deadline. It was just a simple moment.
I think that's something we forget. Happiness doesn't always have to be exciting.
Right. Sometimes happiness feels very quiet.
Here's another small situation that happens to a lot of people.
You come home after a long day and your pet runs towards you.
Immediately, your mood changes.
You start smiling without even thinking about it.
Or maybe you don't have a pet, but a family member asks, "How was your day?"
That simple question can make you feel cared for.
Exactly. Those tiny interactions matter more than we realize.
I also noticed something else. Sometimes happiness comes from finishing very small tasks.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
For example, you organize your desk, answer an email you've been avoiding, or finally water your plants.
It's funny because those are such ordinary things.
I know, but somehow they make the day feel better.
It's like your brain says, "Good job, you did something today."
Exactly.
I have another example. Sometimes I learn one new English phrase and I feel surprisingly happy
That's actually a great one.
because it feels like a tiny victory.
And tiny victories are important.
We usually celebrate big achievements, but we rarely celebrate small progress.
Maybe we should change that.
I think so too.
Here's one more situation. Imagine you're taking a short walk after dinner.
You're not exercising hard or trying to achieve anything.
You're simply walking and looking around.
Maybe you see a beautiful sky.
Maybe you hear birds or see people laughing together.
And for a few minutes, your mind feels lighter.
Those moments may seem ordinary, but they can become the best parts of our day.
I think that's the biggest discovery we're making today.
We don't have to wait for life to become perfect.
Because life is already giving us small opportunities to feel happy.
We simply need to slow down enough to notice them.
And once we start noticing them, something interesting happens.
What happens?
We stop chasing happiness all the time and we start experiencing it more often.
I really like that idea.
Me too. It feels lighter and much more realistic.
And honestly, I think that's something many of us need to hear. Let's start looking at some useful words and expressions that can help us talk about happiness in a natural way. The goal isn't to sound poetic or inspirational. We simply want to describe real moments from our everyday lives.
Exactly. Sometimes people think talking about happiness requires big vocabulary, but that's not true at all.
Actually, the simpler your English is, the more natural it sounds.
Let's begin with a very common phrase. It makes me happy.
This is one of the easiest ways to talk about happiness.
For example, you can say, drinking coffee in the morning makes me happy.
Or listening to music makes me happy.
Here's another one. I enjoy.
This phrase is very useful because it sounds relaxed and natural.
You can say, I enjoy taking a walk after dinner.
Or I enjoy spending time with my family.
Let's imagine a small situation.
You finish work, and instead of immediately checking your phone, you sit quietly for a few minutes.
Then you can say, I enjoy having a few quiet minutes to myself.
That's a very natural sentence.
Here's another expression. It helps me relax.
A lot of everyday activities can help us relax.
For example, listening to soft music helps me relax.
Or walking outside helps me relax.
You can also say, playing with my pet helps me relax.
Here's another useful phrase. It puts me in a good mood.
I really like this one because native speakers use it often.
For example, sunny weather puts me in a good mood.
Or talking to my friends puts me in a good mood.
Let's look at another small situation.
You imagine you wake up and hear your favorite song.
You can say, that song always puts me in a good mood.
Very simple and very natural.
Here's another expression that I use a lot. I look forward to.
This means you're excited about something in the future.
It doesn't have to be something big.
Exactly. You can say, I look forward to my evening walk.
Or, I look forward to talking with my family.
Even small things can become something to look forward to.
That's actually an important idea.
Yeah, because sometimes happiness starts before the activity even happens.
Just thinking about it can already make you feel good.
Here's another expression. It feels nice to.
This one is extremely useful.
You can say, it feels nice to finish a small task.
Or, it feels nice to help someone.
Let's imagine another small situation.
You've been trying to learn one new English phrase every day.
Today, you finally remember it without looking at your notes.
Then you can say, it feels nice to see my progress.
That's a beautiful sentence because it's simple and encouraging.
Here's one more expression that I really like. I'm grateful for.
This phrase sounds thoughtful, but it's still easy to use.
You can say, I'm grateful for my family.
Or, I'm grateful for my quiet mornings.
You don't need to list huge accomplishments.
Sometimes one small thing is enough.
Maybe it's a comfortable chair.
Maybe it's your favorite cup.
Maybe it's having 10 peaceful minutes before starting your day.
Those moments may seem ordinary, but they can become important parts of our happiness.
And the nice thing is that these expressions are easy to use in daily conversations.
You don't have to speak perfect English.
You just have to talk honestly about your life.
Because happiness usually sounds very simple when we describe it.
Exactly. It's often much closer than we think.
And now that we have these expressions, let's start using them in a real conversation together.
I was thinking we could have a conversation about the little things that make us happy and see how many examples we can come up with.
I like that idea because I think we often underestimate how many good moments we already have in our lives.
Exactly. If someone asked me a few years ago what happiness looked like, I probably would have described something very big.
Like traveling the world or reaching a huge goal.
Yeah, something like that. But if you ask me now, my answer is very different.
Really? What would you say?
Honestly, one of my favorite moments is waking up before everyone else.
Oh, I know that feeling. The house is quiet and everything feels peaceful.
Exactly. I make a cup of coffee, sit near the window, and enjoy those 10 or 15 minutes before the day becomes busy.
I love moments like that because nobody is asking you to do anything.
Right. There are no notifications, no deadlines, and no pressure.
It's funny because if someone watched you, they might think nothing special was happening.
That's true. I'm literally sitting there holding a cup of coffee.
That's true, but somehow it feels wonderful.
It really does.
I have something similar. One thing that makes me happy is taking a short walk after dinner.
Do you listen to music while you walk?
Sometimes, but most of the time I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I just walk slowly and look around.
That actually sounds nice.
It is. I notice things that I usually ignore during the day.
Like what?
Maybe I notice the sky changing colors, or I see children playing outside.
Those little details can change your mood.
Exactly. And for a few minutes, my brain stops thinking about work.
I think our brains need that.
Definitely.
Here's another small situation. Imagine you're having a stressful day, and suddenly your pet comes over and sits next to you.
That changes everything.
It really does.
You stop thinking about your problems for a moment.
And sometimes they don't even have to do anything.
Exactly. They just sit there.
It's amazing how an animal can improve your mood without saying a single word.
I know. They're very good at that.
I also think talking with family is an underrated source of happiness.
I agree. It doesn't have to be a long conversation.
No, not at all.
Sometimes my family asks, "What did you do today?"
Such a simple question.
But it makes me feel connected.
I think that's important because many people spend so much time alone or online.
Exactly. A simple conversation can make a big difference.
Here's another one that might sound a little funny.
Tell me.
I feel happy when I finish a task that I've been avoiding.
Oh, that's very relatable.
Maybe it's answering an email or cleaning a shelf.
Or organizing your desk.
Yes, exactly.
And afterward, you suddenly feel lighter.
It's such a small thing, but it feels satisfying.
I have one too.
What is it?
Learning one new English expression.
I like that one.
Especially when I use it correctly later in a conversation.
That's a great feeling.
Because it reminds me that I'm improving little by little.
I think that's another lesson we're learning today.
What's that?
Happiness doesn't always arrive in a huge package.
Sometimes it arrives in tiny pieces throughout the day.
Exactly. And those tiny pieces slowly build a good life.
I really like that idea because it feels realistic.
Me too. It takes away the pressure.
We don't have to wait for a perfect future.
We can appreciate what's already here.
Maybe that's the biggest change we can make.
Instead of asking, when will I be happy?
We can ask, what small thing made me happy today?
I love that question.
Me too. And the answer is usually easier to find than we expect.
I think this is a good time to learn some useful phrases that can help us talk about happiness in a very natural way. The nice thing is that these are expressions you can actually use in your daily life.
Exactly. You don't need complicated vocabulary. Most of the time, simple sentences sound the most natural.
Let's start with a phrase that I use a lot. One thing that makes me happy is...
I love that one because it's easy to personalize.
For example, I can say, one thing that makes me happy is drinking coffee in the morning.
Or, one thing that makes me happy is listening to music while I cook.
Very simple and very natural.
Here's another phrase. I enjoy the little things.
Native speakers use this idea quite often.
For example, I've learned to enjoy the little things.
Or, I'm trying to enjoy the little things more.
That's a wonderful sentence because it sounds relaxed and realistic.
Let's imagine a small situation.
You have a busy day, but you take 10 minutes to sit outside.
Then you can say, I'm trying to enjoy the little things more.
That sounds very natural.
Here's another expression. It brightens my day.
I really like this one.
Me too. It means something makes your day better.
For example, talking to my family brightens my day.
Or getting a message from a friend brightens my day.
Even small moments can brighten our day.
Exactly.
Here's another expression that people use a lot. It means a lot to me.
This is great when you want to talk about something important.
For example, having dinner with my family means a lot to me.
Or spending quiet time alone means a lot to me.
Let's look at another small situation.
Imagine someone asks, why do you enjoy walking every evening?
You could answer, it helps me relax and it means a lot to me.
That's a beautiful and natural response.
Here's another expression that I really like. It's something I look forward to every day.
This phrase sounds very positive.
For example, my morning coffee is something I look forward to every day.
Or, talking to my family is something I look forward to every day.
It doesn't have to be something exciting.
Actually, that's the whole point.
Exactly. Small routines can become special parts of our day.
Here's another expression. It reminds me to slow down.
I love that expression.
For example, my evening walk reminds me to slow down.
Or listening to music reminds me to slow down.
Let's imagine another situation.
You have had a very busy day and your mind is full of thoughts.
Then you sit down, take a deep breath, and listen to your favorite song.
Afterward, you can say, that song reminds me to slow down.
That's a sentence many people can relate to.
Here's one more expression that I think is very useful. I'm learning to appreciate.
That's a great phrase because it shows growth.
You can say, I'm learning to appreciate quiet moments.
Or, I'm learning to appreciate simple things.
I think this phrase fits today's topic perfectly.
Me too, because many of us are still learning how to notice happiness.
And that's okay.
We don't have to change our entire lives.
Sometimes we only need to change what we pay attention to.
That's such a simple idea, but it can make a big difference.
And once we start noticing these moments, we begin collecting more happy memories every day.
The best part is that these moments are already around us.
We don't have to buy anything new or wait for a perfect future.
We can simply enjoy what is already here.
And that makes happiness feel much closer and much easier to reach.
Exactly. Sometimes happiness is already sitting right beside us, and we just need to notice it.
Let's finish today's episode by sharing a few final thoughts and asking ourselves one simple question.
Before we finish today, I want to share one last thought. I don't think happiness is something we find once and keep forever.
I agree. I think happiness comes and goes throughout the day, and that's completely normal.
Maybe that's why we shouldn't put so much pressure on ourselves.
Exactly. Sometimes people think they should feel happy all the time, but that's not realistic.
No, it isn't. Every day will be different.
Some days will be busy, some days will be stressful, and some days will feel very ordinary.
But even on ordinary days, there can still be small moments that make us smile.
I think that's the biggest lesson we've discovered together today.
Instead of waiting for huge changes, we can start paying attention to the little things around us.
Because those little things often become our favorite memories.
Here's a simple example. Tomorrow morning, before you start your day, try to notice one thing that makes you happy.
It could be your breakfast, your favorite song, a quiet room, or even a few minutes of fresh air.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah, don't look for something extraordinary.
Just notice one small thing.
And then ask yourself, how does this make me feel?
You might be surprised by your answer.
Here's another small exercise you can try. At the end of the day, think about one simple moment you enjoyed.
Maybe you had a nice conversation.
Maybe you finished a task you had been putting off.
Maybe you learned a new English expression today.
Even that counts.
Absolutely. Small progress is still progress.
I think that's something we often forget.
We celebrate big achievements, but we rarely celebrate tiny victories.
Maybe we should start doing that more often.
I think so too.
Because when we appreciate small moments, life starts to feel a little lighter.
And happiness starts to feel a little closer.
Before we go, we have a simple question for you.
What is one small thing that truly makes you happy every day?
Maybe it's drinking coffee in the morning.
Maybe it's taking a walk after dinner.
Maybe it's spending time with your family.
Or maybe it's learning English for a few minutes every day.
There isn't a right or wrong answer.
Because happiness looks different for everyone.
And that's actually a beautiful thing.
The important part is noticing those moments instead of letting them pass by.
And if you'd like, you can write your answers in English in the comments.
That's a great way to practice and connect with other learners.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
We hope this conversation helped you see happiness in a new way.
Remember, you don't have to wait for life to become perfect.
Sometimes the best moments are already part of your everyday life.
Just slow down enough to notice them.
Take care of yourself, enjoy the little things, and keep practicing your English.
Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Until next time, have a wonderful day and keep discovering the simple things that make you happy.